Well, we've made it to the end, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our 2019 Spring the Ed Collab gathering. It's incredible that we are at our 10th already, and our 10th is just about coming to the end. I have a few announcements, but just to tell you, I had the pleasure, along with one of our tech team co-leaders, Jessica, to see the students that you're about to see for our closing, and you're in for a treat because they are very excited, and we're excited to have them too. Just a few things to say before we get moving here. And the biggest one of all is to make sure that we're sharing some thank yous. So first, thank you to all of our presenters today. Really and truly, I tend to get emotional towards the end of these things because I'm just sitting here with the tech team behind the scenes, watching all the sessions, and from all of the tweets that we saw, I know all of you viewing felt the same way. The sessions were inspiring, practical, moving. I have so many things that I'm bringing to my practice with educators. It just was such an incredible day. So thank you to every single one of you that put together proposals, submitted them, got your slides together, got ready for today. You made today just an incredible, incredible way to learn. In addition, thank you to our amazing tech team. If you haven't already shouted out our tech team members, here are all of their names and faces. You also can find these same bios on the top of our website if you click on, I'm even forgetting what it is. It's somewhere near the top. I think it's Get Involved. There you'll see our tech team. All of these people are educators that have given their time and energy in addition to all of the other educator things that they do, not just today, but leading up until today, to help our presenters practice and prep, and to make today the powerful day that it was. The thing that I really, really love about the tech team is that we all are coming together from lots of different places, but we spend the entire day on Voxer on our phones. And so while presenters are doing their thing, we're all sharing, how does it look? How's it going on? Does anyone need anything? If trouble arises, we can work it out together. It's just a team of people, some of which have been with us since the beginning. Some have come in, others were new this year. It's just an incredible team, and truly this wouldn't all happen without you. Also, a special shout out to our administrative assistant at the Educator Collaborative, Amy Kaiser, who helps organize the website, helps make everything come together. She's the person that presenters had interacted with to get their bios up. This day is possible because of your work. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As you know, if you've joined us for any of the 10 gatherings, this is the moment where we let you know what's coming up next. Our gathering is biannual. It happens every September and April of each year. We are always excited to bring to you amazing speakers. And so this coming fall 2019 will be yet another incredible opening session to our gathering. So drum roll, our opening speaker is Christina Sutenvart. She is the author of, yeah, I hear you shouting over Twitter, yay! She is the author of the Changeling series. She has a brand new series that is just coming out that is going to rock the princess world. It's called The Diary of an Ice Princess. There's several books coming out from Scholastic. Everyone that has read it before today, that has been talking about it, all the pre-readers are saying that it is absolutely incredible. And even if you're one of those people that is like, princesses, really? People who normally say that have said that Christina has taken, and these are chapter books, that Christina has taken the genre of princess and really done something pretty amazing with it. And so kids who are into princesses, or even those that aren't, will totally love it. It's going to be humongous. In addition to that, Christina is working on a number of other books that are on the way, including she was invited to write about the Thai boys who were trapped in that cave from flooding that happened over this past season. She is a Thai American. She was able to travel to Thailand and interview the people there. She's been chosen to write that book, and she no doubt will do it justice. So just lots and lots of incredible, great things already on top of the amazing things she already does. So please, you can tweet to her right now at SOONTORNVAT, Sunternvat, and she would love to hear from you. And we're so excited to have her on September 28th. So make sure that you mark your calendars. And the gathering is a gathering of all of you. So that means you. We would love to have you present along with us on Saturday, September 28th for the fall 2019, the EdCollab gathering. Proposals are open right now, and you can complete them today, even while you're thinking about it. They close June 16th, which seems far away, but it really isn't. So we'd suggest you get on it as soon as possible. You can find the link to present with us right from the Get Involved tab. So that's where you can see the link to, you can send an invite to your EduFriends. You can throw a viewing party. Oh, and I'm remembering the tech team bios are underneath About, not Get Involved. So if you click on About, throwing a viewing party gives you some tips on how you can organize your school to watch sessions together. But most importantly, it's the place where you, yes, you can present with us. If you at all are wondering, but is that really for me? Is what I have to say important? Should I do it? Yes, the answer is yes. So we hope that you and your colleagues will submit a proposal. More information is available on the proposal page. You can find it there. Please remember, if you enjoyed parts of today, which we saw so many of you have, it's so important to us that you pay the joy forward. We purposefully keep this conference a free, no registration day where you can join as you'd like, when you'd like, from wherever you'd like. But we do ask you to share the joy from your learning by paying it forward. And again, our selected charity for today is the Grace Smith House for Survivors of Domestic Violence. That was chosen by Charles R. Smith, our opening keynote. So please, whatever you would spend on a coffee or on registration or even more, please do. In addition, we would love if you would tweet after you've done that, a few of you actually have already done that today. So after you have donated what you maybe would have registered for an amazing conference like this to the Grace Smith House, please just send a tweet. You also can find the Grace Smith House on Twitter. They're there as well. Coming up in just a moment, I don't think I'm ready for yet. Oops, I put a few things out of order here. Sorry, backing up. Okay, this. So I want to remind you that through tomorrow, you can tweet using the EdCollab Gathering, and you can enter to win one of our end-of-year final sessions. And now what I was moving towards. So we are so excited to have with us today this group from West Orange, New Jersey. As I mentioned during the opening, they are longtime friends of the gathering. Some of them have presented with us in the past. Some have been tech team members. West Orange has also hosted a viewing party where they've invited educators from their district and other places to come and watch the gathering all together live. So you aren't only watching, but you get to turn and talk to people around you. During last year's gathering, they and their students, some of them presented a really inspiring session on ways that they were using inquiry to really change the world. And so we are so honored that they agreed to be our closing today. I got a little sneak peek of their energy before we started, and that's what you're in for right now. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome all of our students and friends from West Orange. Hi, everyone. Make sure you unmute your cameras and your mics when you're ready to go. There you are. Hi. And we're looking so much, but we're looking very forward. There we are. Yay. Oh, you're all so cute. We're looking forward to this session. Thank you all for being here with us.
Thank you.
Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for the introduction. And thank you to everyone at the EdCollab behind the scenes to make another amazing day for us. These days are always incredible, and we always walk away with so many new ideas and things that we can do on Monday in our classroom, which we know as educators is what we're really always looking for. But there's always a sense of inspiration, and I think today was definitely filled with that. There were so many amazing sessions, so thank you so much. We're beyond excited and honored that you asked us to close this day and share some of the work that we've been doing in West Orange. We're here today with some of our colleagues.
Yep, and we had 3 colleagues already present today, and they did an awesome job representing us. So.
And our students.
Yep.
Right, it was a good day for West Orange.
Happy to continue.
For those of you who don't know where we are a fairly large district in New Jersey. We're a suburban district, pre-K through 12, a very diverse district, about 15 miles west of New York City. My name is Diana Fererra.
I'm Rebecca Giacopelli.
And we are opening today's closing keynote for our mentor, Diana DaCosta, because she's home sick with the flu. We missed you. We just want to share a little bit about Diana. So often we talk about student voice, and we talk about the importance to give our students voice and choice and, allow them to explore their passions. And it's so easy as an educator to forget about our own voice and our own passions. And Diana does that for us. And she encourages us always to push ourselves and to take risks.
Yeah, I mean, she really brings life to the work that we do in our district. And Diana and I were talking how where we are today wouldn't have happened without her help.
So Diana, guidance. You're home sick, but we love you and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to share Diana's message and vision for West Orange today on her behalf. So Diana had this vision of having a hashtag Woe to World. And so what that did for us was it connected our district, and we were able to share our resources as teachers and our visions as teachers. And so it grew, and we have Twitter challenges. And then once a month, we have Twitter chats that are led by teachers. And so we are learning how to purposefully use social media, and then we're able to take that learning and bring it into our classrooms. And that kind of dispels the belief that social media was taboo.
So in classrooms, I think as teachers, we started to see how much we were learning and how our connections with other teachers outside of our walls or our districts were making our practice better. And it gave such purpose for us as educators. And then in turn, it showed us the purpose that using it in the classroom.
So we've really had powerful connections. We've really been able to break down the classroom walls. So today we have a small subset of West Orange students and teachers, and we're going to share with you how we take it from a foundation in our primary grades, and then we continue to introduce the tech and the social media as they go through their elementary education. And we create engaged inquiry using it. We create an environment where they can pursue their passions. And essentially, we're leading our students to become independent thinkers, positive digital citizens, and social change makers. And that's our goal.
Yeah, so I think by the end of our session today, hopefully you'll see what this looks like at all elementary levels, and the impact that giving our students the agency to use social media and to take action with their learning, the impact that it can have on them.
Yep, so we are going to turn it over to our colleagues, Amy and Laura, and they're going to show us what foundation looks like in the primary classroom.
Hi, I'm Amy Navarro, and I teach kindergarten at Kelly Elementary School in West Orange, New Jersey. And in our kindergarten class, we decided to jump on the technology journey, and we weren't really sure where to start. So we decided to start with Global Read Aloud, and we connected with another class in Wisconsin using Google Hangouts. It was during our final Readers Theater that we realized that the kids really didn't understand the magnitude of what just took place. After talking about it, we decided that we came up with this idea of having Mystery Reader, where we would connect with parents using Google Hangouts throughout the day, either from home or at their office. And with that, needless to say, the kids quickly began to fall in love with technology. Now I'm going to have my friend Aiden, one of my former kindergarten students from last year, talk about his journey with technology.
Hi, my name is Aiden, and I'm in first grade, and I want to take a few minutes to tell you about being a 21st century learner. Last year, during Global Read Aloud, we did a hangout with a class from Wisconsin. It was really cool because I learned things I did not know. I learned they had 2 recesses and lots of sun. Another thing I liked about technology in kindergarten was learning Tablet. You can share a bunch of information with more than one classes. You can share videos, pictures, and voice recordings. Another platform I like to use is Google Slides because you can put information on more than one page. I've done a Google slide of natural disasters and accomplishments in history in time order. This year, in first grade, for World Read Aloud Day, my friend's dad did a hangout, and it was cool because it looked like he was in space. It made me excited to learn about green screen. It is good for kids to have access to the latest technology so you can share your voice with the world. Now, Ms. Mendola will tell you how she used technology when she taught first grade.
Thank you so much, Aiden. Hi, I'm Laura Mendola. I teach 4th grade now, but I started this journey as a first grade teacher. And there we really set the foundation and connected the information to the students using mystery readers, Hangouts, Padlet, and various other platforms. We really saw how important it was, though. I had a student that was out sick on our Valentine's Day and 100th Day celebration, and we were able to do a Google Hangout with him and his grandmother and include him in on the celebrations. And the look on his face was just priceless. I will now turn it back to our friend Steph, who will talk about Whoa Kelly Kids.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Ross. I'm the reading specialist here at Kelly Elementary School in West Orange, and I'm here with some of my Whoa Kelly Kid friends, and I'm here to talk about our Student Ambassador Program. So my friend Diana DaCosta and I, our tech host, we were looking for ways to encourage students to use their voices for good. And she was instrumental in bringing in Olivia Van Letchie, who you may know as LiveBits. She came and spoke to us in the fall about using digital for good, and she's also a champion of student voice. So after speaking with Liv and brainstorming further, Liv kicked off our program for us, and we really jumped on the Kids Can Teach Us message. So we decided that the purpose of our Whoa Kelly Kids Student Social Media Ambassador Program would be to use digital for good and to empower students to share their voices with the world, because student voices really do matter. So we decided that we wanted to use social media to leverage that power, because the students' voices would carry further than just our school walls. So what did we do at the beginning? We studied other digital leaders. We studied other student digital leaders. We branded ourselves, and we joined Twitter. So we started talking about ways to leverage ourselves, and we also spoke a little bit about digital safety and internet safety, because we need to make sure that we keep our children safe. So from there, our district also branded a hashtag Woe to World, and we also jumped on that bandwagon and used Twitter as our main platform. So when we get together, we craft bits and we craft tweets and we talk about positive social media engagement. And we also use Alice Keeler's spreadsheet for keeping track of student tweets. And that allows students to craft tweets when we're not all together, because it's very difficult to find meeting times sometimes. So we're working on ways to increase our social media presence and to instill confidence in our student leaders here to share their message, because their message really does matter. And some of the things they came up with that they wanted to share was their mission is to spread happiness and kindness and to think globally, which was really important for us because our school is named after twin astronauts Mark and Scott Kelly, who have certainly gone global. So I'm going to turn it over to some of our Woe Kelly kids here. And first up is my friend Jocelyn.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn from Woe Kelly Kids, and I think my work in Woe Kelly Kids is important because it's given me a voice, and I think that's important. I think kids having a voice is important because it gives us confidence to know that we can change the world. I think we should give astronauts Mark and Scott Kelly credit for inspiring us to go global like them. Now I'm going to turn it over to my friend Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle. What I learned from Woe Kelly Kids is that kids should be brave to speak their mind and change the world. Kids should share their voice and speak confidently to change the world. If you believe in something strong enough, you will be willing to make that impact and make that change in the world. I'm inspired by Liv Bits, who travels all around the world, encouraging kids like us to do what they love and change the world. Now I'm going to turn it over to my friend Sophia.
Hi, my name is Sophia, and I'm part of this inspiring group, Woe Kelly Kids. How did Woe Kelly Kids affect me? Well, Woe Kelly Kids affected me in many ways. For one, now I am more confident in speaking out. When I have an idea that I think that the world should know, now I feel like I have a voice and people will listen. Kids have a voice. Woe Kelly Kids also affected me by helping me with technology. Now I know how to use Twitter, and all the things I've learned will most definitely help me in the future. Being more confident will help me with speeches that I present. My own father said I'm like a little Hillary Clinton. Using technology with Woe Kelly Kids is going to help me when I'm older. When I want to go and create a Twitter page to help the community or start a petition, I'll know what to do. Now I'm going to turn it over to my friend Cameron.
Hi, I'm Cameron from Woe Kelly Kids. I feel like we need to expand association, which means adding kids from younger grades, like 3rd or 2nd. I personally also feel like we should start sharing our voice on more social media websites. Finally, my last personal goal for Woe Kelly Kids is to start sharing our message with kids in other states, like New York or Texas, or somewhere else in the country. Now I'm going to turn over to my friend Jana.
Hi, I'm Jana, and I'm one of the Woe Kelly Kids social media ambassadors. To be in charge of this group feels great. Of course, it is a student-led, teacher-monitored group, and I love that adults think of us as leaders. Every time we meet, we share ideas aplenty that we think could help our group become better leaders for social media. Follow us on Twitter at Woe Kelly Kids, and keep watching Woe Kelly Kids for more ideas on sharing your message. Now we are going to turn it back over to Ms. Amendola to talk about how she's bringing this work into her social studies classroom.
Thank you. So as a 4th grade teacher now, our students are connecting to the information on their own. When my colleagues started the Woe Kelly Kids Student Ambassadors, the students that were not a part of it had very strong feelings about being left out, so much so that they actually wrote our principal a letter about it. So we decided to come up with a way that we could bring the Whoa Kelly Kids Twitter account into the classroom. Sorry. What we did was Stephanie and Rebecca came into the classroom and kind of set a foundation. They talked about hashtags, symbols, character limits, digital citizenship. And then once we did that, we took what we were learning about and constructed ways that we could tweet something out that was meaningful. For example, we were studying about International Women's Day, so we could ask some questions that we tweeted to somebody like Michelle Obama. The effect and the learning this had on the students was amazing. And now that we've modeled social media in the classroom and have given the students a foundation, our hope is that we are preparing them to take this learning and use it in a positive and meaningful way. I am now handing it off to my colleagues Diana and Rebecca, who share in this thinking and are working to incorporate social action into the classroom curriculum.
Hi. Thank you so much, Laura, for sharing the great work that you guys are doing. So again, kind of staying in the same vein of preparing our students for these big ideas, like using social media and taking their learning to new levels. Rebecca and I last year started really reflecting on ways that we can bring this type of work into our classrooms as well. And we started doing this through social action. And sometimes I think social action can sound like a really big concept, and it can be really scary for teachers and for students, right? But what we learned is that social action is really just being passionate about a topic, learning about a topic, and then taking any sort of action to work towards making a change. And I think when we think about it, not in this really big way, but in this these small little changes that we can take, we're a little bit more comfortable with bringing it into our classrooms. So in thinking about this social action, Rebecca and I had created a framework that would help us guide our instruction. We needed something in the classroom that was going to guide us throughout the learning and ultimately guide our students in their learning. And as a way to conceptualize this work, we created a framework that has 4 steps. The first 2 steps of the framework are learning and connecting. And in this learning component, we really give students choice in their learning. We give them access to different types of texts and across different types of genres. And we really make it about the students' passion and the students' learning. This year, we incorporated using the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. For those of you who may not be familiar with them, the UN put forth 17 goals in 2015 with a goal in mind to achieve them by 2020. So we all have a lot of work to do. But the beauty about the goals is that they are really big concepts that all work towards making the world a better place and more sustainable for everyone. So this year in 5th grade, we had a speaker from the UN come in, which was an incredible experience, right? And we learned about the goals. And then all of our students were able to choose a goal that they were most passionate about. And so far in our classroom, we've done the learning and we've done the connecting. And now we are on our way to taking action. So I have here with me today Xavier and Valerie.
Hi.
And they're going to share a little bit about their experience in learning about the Sustainable Development Goals and kind of taking charge of their own learning. You guys ready? Yeah? Okay. So why don't you start by just talking a little bit about what inspired you to choose, well, maybe you can share what your goal is and then tell us what inspired you.
My goal is number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions, but the thing I'm mostly paying attention to is refugees and immigrants. What got me inspired was that after reading the book Refugee by Alan Gratz, it started to make me think, how does it feel to be in those person's shoes that had to leave their country for certain reasons? And how can we help them, and why do they have to leave?
So after this, after Ms. Fererra told us that we were going to choose our SDG goals, actually gave me an opportunity to browse the internet and to start looking forward to things that I want to change in the world.
Good. What about you? What did you choose?
My name is Xavier, and I chose goal number
14, I think.
Yeah, 14, life below water. What inspired me to choose goal number 14 was that as a child, I loved the marine life underwater and always would ask my mom to take me to the aquarium, and to see that the marine life is dying because of the plastic pollution that we are causing, I think is very unfair.
So we want to work towards it. Good. In our classroom, so our students had choice with their goals, and then we gave a lot of choice, right, about the type of nonfiction text that you were going to read. Can you share a little bit about like the choice and what you think about that, of the importance of it?
The importance of it is that when it's like the trust that you as a person and you're supposed to have with a teacher. So sometimes teachers bring all these what if types of things up. So instead of keep bringing the what if thing, what if you just stay to the topic and let the students have a chance to browse the internet and like follow their heart and choose something that they really love.
So do you think when we're able to choose things we love,
it's more like easier for you to like concentrate because you're like doing something, and it's a better experience for you because you're doing something that you are interested in and that you want to learn about.
Yeah, good. Can you share some of the ways? So students had choice in their topic, they had choice in the text that they were reading, and then we collaborated within our classrooms. So do you want to share a little bit about what it looked like when we were kind of sharing within our own classrooms, like using Padlet?
When we were sharing in Padlet, it was a good thing because we all got to during all the different goals that there was like a huge connection that made them all combine and made them a whole, not just like one piece. So that's the good thing about the Padlet because you get to like learn different information that connects with everything else.
What do you think, Xavier?
In addition to what Valerie said, it also helps kids to not just focus on their goals, but like also help others. If they saw something else, they can also like share and help them work on their goals.
Yeah. So I think from my end as the teacher, and I think I missed this in the beginning, and it's really, really very important. There's a culture that has to happen and has to have in the classroom in order for a lot of this to work. And I think that as educators, we have to be very intentional about the culture that we build in our classrooms from day one in order to give our students an environment where they feel safe to make mistakes or to ask questions, to share their passions, and not only with me as a teacher, but I think with their peers as well. So the learning that took place again was inquiry based, and we had our own choice in it. We also connected with a class in California who were also studying the SDGs. Can you guys share a little bit about what you learned after connecting with the class, or how that changed your thinking at all?
What I learned after connecting with the class in California was that to make the difference that you want to make, you have to know a lot about your topic to make the difference, or why you want to make it. So in order to like make the difference and to know about your topic and talk about it and make it feel a connection, you have to know what mostly it's going to be about.
Yeah. What about you, Xavier? What do you think?
If you didn't know what your topic was about, then it was not only going to affect you, but like other people that are also working on the same topic as you.
Yeah. So this was an aha moment for me in the classroom. I feel strongly about connecting my students and giving them the opportunity to connect outside of our classroom walls. And we connected with an excellent class in California, and the kids loved it, and they shared their SDG speeches with that class. But for me, my students' takeaway was, they kind of closed out saying like, wow, we really need to know a lot about our goal. If we're going to teach other people about our goal and take action, right, we need to really know a lot about it. And that experience for me as a teacher was great because it kind of reinforce this idea that when students are connecting outside of our classrooms, they work a little bit harder, maybe? Yeah. Okay, so that is the first two steps of the framework. Again, the learning and the connection. And now I'm going to transfer it over to Rebecca Giacopelli and her students, who are going to talk about the second half of the framework, which is acting and sharing. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana, Valerie, and Xavier. We loved hearing about how you use the SDGs in your classroom. So I'm here with some of my 5th grade students as well, and we also use the SDGs as part of our work. And so we're going to discuss the final 2 steps, as Diana had said. But before we get to the act and share, I just want to make this point really clear that the inquiry process is never done. So our students, though they're moving through the framework, they're still inquiring and learning and researching and adjusting their mindset and thinking around their topic. And once the students have gathered enough resources and they've organized the data and the resources, they begin to choose their action. And so Diana and I thought it was important to give them a guide when they're doing that, but also give them choice. So we created a slide that uses some different verbs that include the types of social action work that our students could do. And so this helped our students have an idea of where they could take their work, and they also took it upon themselves to also combine some of them. So for example, some students chose to educate and unite, or to advocate and engage our community. And it was a really powerful moment for our students to be able to choose the type of social action project. And once they narrowed down their action, they also then started to think of the solution they were going to work towards. And so before I turn it over to my students, I want to just tell you a story. And so when Chris invited us to give the closing keynote, my teacher brain immediately went to planning. And I invited the students to join me, and their student brains immediately went to planning and organizing. And so when we came back together to share our presentation, it turns out that my students had a plan and created a presentation and really wanted to take the time to share their message that they're so passionate about. And so as often us teachers realize is that our students have a better plan and a better idea than we probably did. So rather than my students sharing what they did in the classroom, they're going to share the message that is so meaningful to them. And they're going to explain why they're passionate about it. And while doing so, they'll also explain the action they chose to take, as well as how they chose to share it. And I just, as an educator, this work has been meaningful to my students, but also really meaningful to myself. And it's really opened my eyes to, if we give students ownership of their learning, how powerful that is. The projects that these girls are going to share with you are mind-blowing, and I couldn't be more proud of the work that they've created. So with me here are 2 5th grade students, Natalie and Cara, and they are going to share their work inside of social action.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm part of Go Green Kids. So we are passionate about global warming and climate change because they are 2 huge problems, and they definitely will affect our futures and our kids' lives and our grandkids' lives and every life for the rest of time. So they're a pretty big deal. And if we want our kids to live in the world that we love, we need to do something, and we need to do it now before we can't. So we chose to do a podcast because people all over the country can listen to our podcast, and people all over the country do listen to our podcast, which Cara will tell you a little more about later. We also both love listening to podcasts ourselves because they are very engaging, and you can listen to a podcast no matter what you're doing or where you are. So you could listen to a podcast if you're in the car or if you're cleaning your room. So you can always be doing what you would normally do while listening to a podcast and learning something new. So that's really cool. We also really like having a podcast because we get to connect to and learn from people in our community. So some people that we've interviewed are
Monica Cleary, who is the owner of the Blue Hippo Coffee Shop in a neighboring town, a councilwoman in our town, the recycling coordinator, and even a teacher at our school who's very interested in composting. So it's really cool that we can learn a lot from these people and share their knowledge with the world. So now we have Cara talking about how we share our podcast.
Hi, I'm Cara, and I am also a part of Global Kids. And to listen to our podcast, you can find us on Anchor, Castbox, Pocket Casts, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, and Radio Public. We have listeners all over the U.S., like Natalie said before. People in New Jersey, California, New York, Michigan, Alabama, Virginia, and Pennsylvania listen to our podcast. We also have over 200 listens on our podcast, and as of right now, 14 episodes. We record a new podcast almost every Thursday.
So having a podcast has been very empowering for us because it's just really great to know that our voices are being heard and that our message is being spread and that we are making a difference. And it just makes us really happy to know that all this work that we're putting into it is paying off and we are actually making a change in the world. So that really, it gives us a lot of confidence with this. So listen to us at Go Green Kids on any of the platforms that Cara just told you about. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, girls. So it's important to note that they're on all these different podcasts, and it's a really awesome tool to share with your classes to hear their student voice and their message regarding climate change. And you can hear their passion in their podcast, which is pretty amazing. So thank you, girls. I also have two other students that are joining us today, and their message is also based around the SDGs that Diana had talked about earlier. And these girls took a little bit of a different route, and they're going to share their work that's important to them as well. So these are two more 5th grade students of mine.
Hi, my name is Ava. And my name is Maya. We are Good Plates, Good Animals.
But Maya, what does Good Plates, Good Animals? What is Good Plates, Good Animals?
Good question. Good Plates, Good Animals is a group of girls who are trying to exterminate the use of styrofoam. At first, it was just a social action project, but now it is what we like to call serious business. Our school district uses styrofoam lunch trays and bowls, which we did not agree with. Ava and I wanted to help the environment for the generations to come. We also didn't like how humans were shaping the world, but the marine animals' lifestyles are being shaped by our remains. We thought this was horrendous. Our message is important because this is our world, our home. We have the technology and the ability to shape it how we want. If we don't change our mistakes today, we might not be able to change them tomorrow. We as humans cannot live in a filthy and polluted earth. We chose to share our message by making a website and a Twitter handle. Good Plates, Good Animals is also working on Instagram, while we have also spoken at a PTA meeting and a school-wide assembly is being planned for.
For us, we found that Twitter was our most successful digital platform because we now have over 70 followers and we average 3 retweets per tweet. Also, some of our tweets get over 1,000 impressions. Through Twitter, we have gained a couple of big followers, such as the World Wildlife Foundation, who has 3.4 million followers, LiveBits, a famous student activist, SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals Kids.
Most parents don't approve the use of social media. They believe it causes cyberbullying, social insecurities, and the need to get likes and follows on every app, such as Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Snapchat. They also feel that their kids become addicted and could be wasting such precious time on the app. But there are some great qualities to social media. Ava and I are using it for good.
How? Well, we are constantly spreading positive messages to make a healthy impact on the world. Not only are we sharing the idea that styrofoam use is bad, we're also sharing that kids can teach us, students can teach us, and girls can teach us. Our addiction to these apps is good. We are using our time wisely and making impacts on people's lives and perspectives. And not only are we just spreading our ideas on one social media platform, we're doing it all over and in every way possible. So you can call us the kids who have a good addiction to social media.
So we have some important tweets that we think have made a big impact. One of them is the global goals, and we support 4 of them, or we help 4 of them, which is good health, because styrofoam can sadly cause, it's linked to carcinogens, and climate action, of course, all pollution changes the climate of the earth, life below water, and life on land, as we said, pollution. Also, styrofoam, if you ever notice that under a styrofoam like cup or to-go container, it has a like triangle arrows and a 6 in the middle, and that means it is a hazard and it is a suspected carcinogen, which hazard, it's just not good for you. And then we also have another one that has a little picture and it has a fish and a bunch of straws, and it says single-use plastic is an enemy. I thought that was quite funny. And it explains what marine life animals are experiencing below water, because this is what our remains are.
Okay. As we said, Good Plates, Good Animals started off just as a social action project, but now it has expanded to the point where we are spreading our messages with so many people all over the world. It has been a great opportunity to work with Ms. Giacopelli, Maya, and Gogi Kin, Cara, and Natalie. Through our social action unit, we were able to share our ideas with the world, make engagements with other people, and make an impact on other people's lives. As kids, we wish that other teachers would be able to allow their students to experience this empowering and heart-touching opportunity. They can change the world. Kids can change the world. Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And Albert Einstein said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." Kids have everything they need to do it. Let them. What if your student changed the world? Thank you.
I think that's my cue. Thank you all very much. I was so inspired. I was busy tweeting along with everything that you're saying and doing. Can we just have one more hello from all of the classes that presented, students and teachers? You can unmute your mics. Everyone can say bye.
Hi.
Bye. Wait, bye.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you all so much for being here. Truly, all over Twitter, everyone's like, I can't believe how much you all are doing. There's been an ongoing conversation around how you all are holding on to and believing that you can make the change that honestly sometimes we as adults aren't making and can't make, or not that we can't, we haven't yet. I appreciated your honesty with where we are right now with things like climate change, how you know there are solutions and how you're working towards them. Teachers, thank you for supporting your kids in the ways that they are using inquiry to really see themselves as change agents, because they are. This planet is being passed off to them, and all of the literacy, digital media, networking with like, who is that, like council people, just totally amazing, and we're so proud that we had all of you here for the closing. So thanks to all of you. Thank you, teachers, and please thank your families as well for sharing you with us during this final hour of the day. It really means a lot to all of us here. And thanks to all of you who've been joining us during today, or perhaps if you caught just a part of the day. All of the sessions in the gathering are available, archived right now, all the way through next fall. So all summer long, you can come back to these sessions. Please remember, if you were inspired by this closing session as well, which I know I was, to jump over to the Grace Smith House and make sure you make a donation. You can find a link to their page right on our page off to the side. Click on their logo, or you can click on the charity, Adopt a Charity link, and you'll find it, or you can just search for them online directly. A reminder that associate memberships are open The applications are open right now. So right now, if you would like to become a part of our think tank with our brand new cohort next year, I think it was Shauna had tweeted earlier, it's going to be really hard to top our current cohort because the associates this year were incredible. But we're looking forward to having more of you join us with the work that we do across the school year. You can find all of the information on our website. If you go to theeducatorcollaborative.com/apply, that link will be active through May 30th, and there you can download some information as well as learn more about this program. At the bottom of the screen there is also a link that you can follow to read the bios of current associates to see if maybe you fit in. We just hope that you will consider. And please also pass the word to other inspiring literacy educators that you think would be great for this work with us. Thanks to all of you who are tweeting along on Twitter and on Instagram. You have 2 ways that you can enter by using the hashtag on both platforms. So if you've already tweeted a bunch today, you can head over to Instagram and add some ideas there as well. You do have to make sure that you are following our handles. Both of them are at the Ed Collab. That way we can direct message you if you won. And a reminder, yay, September 28th, Christina Sinturnvat will be joining us for our keynote for our fall 2019, the Ed Collab gathering. And we hope that you will submit a proposal as well. Those proposals close on June 16th, but don't wait until then because lots of busy things come up. So even this weekend, you could begin applying if you'd like. Just go to Get Involved and click on Present with Us right there. And then the gathering is just one of the many ways that we at the Ed Collab love to work together with you, including things like our free Global Kind project, which is coming up in May. So you can find more information at globalkindproject.com. Or if you or your colleagues would be interested in our study series or joining our virtual think tanks, those are some online options, or even inviting our members to speak at an event or to do year-long consulting with you at your schools. All that information and more is available at our main page, theeducatorcollaborative.com. So thank you to everyone for joining us today. We just are so delighted that we ended the day with students sharing their work because it really will take all of us to build the world that we know our children deserve. It involves us, especially those of us with more privilege in our society and in our global society, to lean into discomfort. But it also means embracing so many of the ideas and especially the collaboration of today. When educators come together to think together, incredible things can happen for our students and for each other. Our profession is the greatest in the world, one that is difficult at times, but it's days like today that reinvigorate and inspire us. I know I feel like I am pumped full of caffeine after this incredible day. So thanks to you presenters, thanks to you tech team, and thanks for all of you who joined us today or are watching this in the future. As always, thanks for all that you do for your students, for their families, for your colleagues, and for this amazing profession. Thanks to all of you, and we hope you'll have a great rest of your day and great rest of your school year. Take care.